Welcome to the Double E Show. Bad strategy, horribly simulated. What's going on, everybody? Jibba73 back with the Double E Show. It's Art of Murder, Cards of Destiny. So when we left off in the last episode, we had talked to Paul about his contracts that he was receiving to do little jobs. And what we had implied was his assistance in the murders of several people. In an act of contrition, they gave me some information about what I could find in town to possibly follow up on a few more leads, and that's what we're going to do right now. So I believe that's what I do is I head to my car, right? Yeah, head to the car. With haste. Stop, look at it.
It's Nicole.
I haven't fixed anything yet.
Maybe it's better this way. I've talked to him.
To read?
Yes. There are new grounds for doing a search.
Is it him?
Do you think a disabled guy could be behind these crimes?
What do you mean?
He's chair-bound. His sister takes care of him.
So we were on the wrong track. Another thoughtless action.
Not necessarily. Reed made the devices that the murderer then used.
Like the lasers?
Yes. I mean, he altered or improved them.
Accomplice?
That's a good question. He claims he received orders by mail. He was only given instructions what to do. These documents should be specified in the search warrant.
We also need to check his account and delivery orders. Did he send those machines by mail after assembling them?
Yes, I saw the diagrams and the elements he rejected before putting together the devices.
We won't get anything from the judge today. If they're so amenable, let's at least take some photos of his workshop.
Not so amenable. We won't get much more without a warrant.
Did you have an argument?
Not at all. Were you in the courthouse? Has Woolsey been found?
No. Now what? Are you coming here?
Yeah, I want to talk to the pastor.
The pastor?
In the church tower, a man was killed with the use of a clockwork mechanism. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Shall we eat something first?
No, the pastor's more important. Want to join me?
Can't work on an empty stomach. My head's starting to ache from hunger. Call me when you're done. I'll be sitting in some bar.
Bon appetit, then.
Good luck.
Right on. Okay, so let's drive to Das Church.
A nicely situated little church with a clock tower.
Right? Okay. So, car, church front. With haste.
I'm lucky. The pastor's here.
Can I help you?
Certainly.
I would like to have a brief word with you. I'm Nicole Bonnet from the FBI.
Andrew Simon. I'm a pastor here. Are you looking for spiritual help?
No, it's official.
But maybe you'd like to support our community? We are redecorating the church, and I assure you, we won't waste a single dollar.
I'd like to talk about Derek Finney.
About him? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a few questions.
These are old times. Why come back to that?
By the way, when was that?
When was he murdered? It was when the war started, in 2003.
Pastor, do you have any idea who might have done it?
The police have analyzed it so many times.
After a couple of years, you could have a clearer image.
No, I have no clue.
Finney's widow, your daughter, what did she say about this crime?
She was doubly hurt.
What do you mean?
She lost her husband, and during the investigation, well, it turned out that Derek was a real scum. Christ, forgive me.
What turned out?
Annie suspected her husband of cheating on her. But then we got to know he did it regularly. On the day of his death, he had a tryst in this very church tower.
Weren't any of the betrayed husbands suspected?
All such suspicions were rejected.
Rightly?
If not, that would mean that local men are extremely loyal to each other. But on the other hand, after so many years, someone would have felt remorse. Anyway, that was too much for my Annie, so she left.
Okay.
Did Derek Finney abuse his wife?
Unfortunately, he humiliated her constantly. He felt guilty. She tried to hide it from me, but people knew. I preach every week. I reach human consciences, but I couldn't reach Derek's. I suppose he mocked me deep inside his heart. This is why he arranged the meeting in the church tower.
Did he beat Annie?
I remember when she had some bruises on her face and told me she had fallen down the stairs. That must have been the first time. He didn't beat her all the time because that would show, but she confessed to me later on that he would often slap her or twist her arms.
She should have asked the police for help.
She didn't want to. There was a police officer who tried to get her out of it, but she wouldn't testify.
Looks like not many people shed a tear at Finney's funeral.
Sad, but true. I cried. I cried over the angel in him that had lost the battle with evil. He wasn't always like that. He used to be a nice, popular man. He could influence others. People listened to him. He liked to impress everybody. He charmed women. He didn't avoid alcohol, but it was all within our provincial norms.
But he wandered off the straight and narrow.
I have an impression something changed when he was chosen a member of the jury, as if judging people destroyed his moral code.
What trial was it?
A murder case. At that time, it was a cause célèbre. The accused, a young boy, was the victim's lover. Everybody considered him guilty, but what everybody thinks isn't the same as a fair judgment.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Benson's trial?
Yes, people talked about it a lot. In the end, the jury decided he was innocent.
And it seems that it happened after an extremely short debate.
I'm sure Finney played a crucial role in setting the verdict. He might have voted against his conscience.
The defendant's father wasn't just anybody.
A congressman. He used all the existing loopholes to get his son out.
The question is how far he went.
And I don't want to slander anybody.
Was Finney buried here?
Yes, right there, in the churchyard.
Does anybody look after the grave?
My daughter goes there once in a blue moon.
Was there anything distinctive about the crime scene?
I don't know. Check the police files.
I'll do that.
Hang on. Derek was holding a nail in his hand. He might have been trying to cut the rope with it.
Were there any marks on the rope?
I don't know. There were some scratches on the floor.
Was the floor repainted?
No, I ordered new boards. I felt awkward walking on the floor stained by my son-in-law's blood.
Does it snow every year at this time?
We're surprised, too. It's rare. Drive carefully.
Yes, it's really slippery.
It became cold too soon. Everybody's working until late to make it before real winter starts.
I haven't seen anybody here.
They've just left. I'm locking up the church. There's so much talk about the global warming or sunspots, but it's all in God's hands anyway.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
Okay. Let's check out the cemetery.
This churchyard is old and charming in a way.
Okay. So we got graves, graves, and graves. So let's go to this one first.
The tombstones here are grander.
Okay.
Despite the years going by, the tombstones are in pretty good condition.
I'm going to assume it's this one over here by itself then.
These graves are so neglected. It's Finney's grave. Somebody scratched a card image at the bottom. The Deuce of Hearts.
Interesting. Okay, is that it? That is it. Okay. Go back up to the church front. We talk to the pastor about that Deuce of Hearts.
I saw Finney's grave.
Squalid, isn't it?
A bit.
The moss and lichens make me realize Annie can't handle the past yet. But if one day she asks me for a brush and a spatula, I'll know she's back on her feet.
There are more graves like this here.
Yes, it's true. Maybe when I'm done with renovating the church, I'll start collecting money for restoring the churchyard.
Cool.
What does this card mean? The one carved on the tombstone?
I'm wondering myself. It just appeared one day,
When?
about a year after the funeral.
Why?
I really don't know. Maybe it was supposed to hurt him, but how can you hurt a dead man?
Did your son-in-law like playing cards?
He wasn't a cards lover. He liked fun in general.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
Okay. So, well, let's...
Yes?
It's Paul.
Paul?
Yes, Paul. The card man. Have you forgotten about me so soon?
Ah, yes.
Have you been thinking about Mr. Barrymore?
Barrymore?
Also known as Arthur Blake.
What do you want to tell me about him?
Why don't you say something?
A real sucker. Went straight into the lion's den.
Maybe he was a sucker. He believed in the scam I offered. But enough of that. There's no time to cry over Barrymore. I'm preparing a new card. Hurry up.
When?
You aren't keeping up with me. I think you need a moment's break.
Give me a hint.
There are plenty around you.
Okay. So, let's...
That was him. He wants to manipulate me. On the other hand, I'm sure he's preparing for another crime.
Right on. Okay. So what do we got?
A brush left here by a worker. I guess this prie-dieu is uncomfortable.
Okay, I don't know what a prie-dieu is, but right on.
The scaffolding made of steel pipes reaches as high as the ceiling. Old wooden door being renovated. I guess this prie-dieu is uncomfortable.
Okay. And then the nave. Okay. Try this one first.
The door's locked.
Maybe the pastor has keys. Let's ask him if he has keys.
I'd like to enter the tower and see the crime scene.
Is it locked?
Yes.
I always lock it up. A subconscious fear that it will happen again.
Can I get the key?
Here it is. Please leave it in the keyhole.
Thank you. Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
And with you. Okay. Back inside. Back over here.
The door's locked.
Yeah. I know. Okay.
God, it's dark in here. Isn't there any lighting?
Oh, wait a minute. Pastor had a flashlight. See if I can borrow his flashlight. God be with you again.
It's dark inside the tower. Where's the light switch?
Oh, I've forgotten that the power was cut off. We are using the opportunity to change the wiring.
Can I borrow a flashlight?
Of course.
Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
And with you. Okay, back inside. Okay, so... let's see. We have here...
I can't see what it is.
Well, that's what the flashlight is for.
Not gonna happen. I can't see what it is.
Okay. So, can I do this?
Yeah, right.
No? Okay.
Nothing doing.
Ah, gear mechanisms. Right on. Okay. No, put the phone away. Okay. Oh.
I won't be needing the flashlight anymore. I can give it back to the pastor.
Okay. Okay, so that's what was hanging over here.
A flat metal bar with holes.
Okay. What else we got?
He tied the rope to one of the axles. That must have been a slow and horrible death.
Right?
He tied the rope to one of the...
Yep, got it. Okay, so back up here.
It sits tight. It sits tight.
Let's try this.
It gave. It gave. I'm not getting my hands dirty. Marks carved with a nail. I think these are letters. D.
Ah. Looks like DP maybe. See if I can redo it. No, not gonna let me, huh? Nope. Okay. I accidentally clicked out of it, so my bad. Alright.
DP. DP like Dick Perry? It's silly, but...
It is silly, but... Give him back his flashlight.
Thanks for the flashlight.
You're welcome.
How was Finney killed?
He was strangled. It was a cruel death.
Do you remember any details, Pastor?
Unfortunately, Derek was tied up. The murderer tied one end of the rope around his neck, wound the other one around the clock shaft. When the clock was turning, it gradually strangled Derek.
Was he already dead when you found him?
I didn't find him. I don't know the details.
So, who does?
A police officer. Check the files.
I don't understand. You don't know how your son-in-law died?
I don't know what his last moments were.
Something isn't right here. What's this about?
Well, fine. People said that when the police officer found him, he was still alive. But the officer's name was cleared.
He let him die?
Some say that. Not without approval.
And what do you think?
If that's the case, then he committed a cardinal sin. But it doesn't mean I don't understand him.
You understand him?
Yes. It was the police officer that had been trying to save my daughter.
What was the officer's name?
Perry. Dick Perry.
Are you sure?
Yes. Do you know him?
I'm not sure. It rings a bell. Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome. God be with you.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. It puts a whole new light on things. Who's calling?
Nicole?
Yes, Ruth?
Did you get the fax? Dick told me to send it to the court.
What's this all about?
There was another parcel from the card man. The boss wanted it open without waiting for you.
Oh, that's not good.
He's under a lot of pressure. That tabloid smeared the whole bureau, including you.
That's what we were afraid of. What about the parcel?
It blew up. Wang analyzed the remains.
Did he find anything?
That's what I wanted to tell you. There were millions of glass pieces.
Only that?
Yes, Wang asked me to tell you that those were fragments of a Fresnel lens.
The one used in lighthouses?
Yes, that's it. Listen, I'm surprised Dick hasn't told you anything.
He went to the judge to get a search warrant. Maybe he thought you'd called me.
Then he thought too much. Everybody treats you like a team.
Tell me, does Dick have anything to do with Maine?
He used to work for the police there. Why? Does it show that he's back home?
Yeah, a bit.
By the way, Wang asked me to tell you not to call him. He's just taking a vacation. I'm leaving work too.
Thanks for the phone call.
Take care. Bye.
Interesting. Okay.
DP? Well. Is it possible that Dick? I don't know. I need to talk to him.
Right.
I guess nobody's working in the courthouse at this time. Hopefully there's a janitor.
Okay, so what do we got? We got courthouse. Why do I have to go back there?
Building, emanating optimism.
Okay.
The courthouse door is locked. The door's locked, but I can see some light at the far end of the corridor.
Right? And it looks like a broken window back there.
The door's locked, but...
Okay. Okay.
It's Dick's car. My partner has to be nearby. The spade ended up in the trash can as well. A wooden handle with a plastic ending. There's a light on in one of the windows. The light's on, but I can't see anybody inside. The window is slightly opened. The wall under the window is smooth, no cracks.
Okay.
I can't climb this wall. Some kind of step would come in handy.
Okay.
An overturned advertising board. I can't take it from here. The chain's holding fast.
Ah.
The board is chained to the lamppost.
Let's see if I can pry it.
Place a lever appropriately, and even a chain will burst.
Right on. Okay. Did I get that back? No. That it? Okay. Alright. Now I can grab the sign.
I can't climb this. Now I can easily get inside. No reason to delay.
Okay.
A courthouse employee staying after hours? Judging by the traces, I'd rather say it's a burglar.
Me too. Okay, let's check here. What do we got?
What a horrible mess. This burglar is clearly not a perfectionist. It'll be even easier to surprise such a slob.
Okay.
Hastily scattered documents. Careful, somebody's inside.
Right on. Okay. Let's see. What do we got in here? We have bookcases and we have the rear. Let's take a look at the
Court
bookcases real quick.
documents, files, evidence.
All right, let's head to the back.
What are you doing in the archive? The court's closed.
I'm checking some papers.
How did you get in here?
And what about you? I asked them to let me stay.
The judge let you rummage through the archives? What are you looking for anyway?
There's a lead. It's about the disabled man's friend, Peter Douglas.
Douglas? He was the scientist who caused the accident.
I found some papers saying that he used to do time with Archie Benson.
They shared a cell?
Yeah. These two threads meet in the prison.
The first thread are the victims, the jurors in Benson's case?
And the second one are the murder tools. A disabled guy making them to order.
You think it was Douglas's order?
Maybe. But these papers say he was released in 2002 and the first murder was committed in 2003.
Okay.
The first murder took place here, in this town.
You talked to the pastor?
Yes. He told me about a police officer who didn't help a dying man.
That's just a rumor.
You've been connected with this case from the very beginning, and yet you kept it back and there's not a word about it in the cardman's files?
Finney's murderer didn't leave a card at the crime scene.
But he carved the deuce of hearts on his tombstone. Didn't you know that? I think you should explain yourself. The janitor shut the door in your face, so you broke in here, right?
You should know best that sometimes you need to bend the rules.
It's not bending, it's breaking. Why?
Because Judge Woolsey's gone. We need to save him.
You act in secret and on your own. You're not looking for my support or for the Bureau's help. It's not about Woolsey.
About what, then?
I was wondering how the murderer got the materials from the FBI operations.
And?
The simplest and yet the most difficult answer is, he's an FBI agent himself.
That's absurd.
These things happen. I've learned it the hard way.
You're getting paranoid.
I'm not sure if the officer found Finney dying. He could have been here the whole time.
But the motive, Nicole, come on! The motive!
You explain it. You wanted to free the pastor's daughter from her brutal husband.
Damn it, do you really think I'm the card man? It doesn't hold up.
You saw the first victim die, and then, as an agent, you were at crime scenes many times. You've always been close to the case and didn't let anybody else take it over. Who knows? Maybe it was you who ousted Nick.
You were even closer to the victim, so does that mean you can be accused too?
I haven't broken into the court archive. I'm sure you're here to cover your tracks.
That's it. Don't overdo it.
And there are the initials carved by Finney on the floor. D.P. Dick Perry.
Listen, partner, I found an important lead in this case and I'm in a hurry. If you want to join me, go ahead. Otherwise, get out of my way.
Richard Perry, I arrest you for being part of a conspiracy aimed at killing at least 6 people and for burglary. Turn round so that I can cuff you.
She's in a sports car, he's in an SUV. Let's see who wins this race. On slick, icy roads, by the way. Well, Nikki won.
Nicole, he blackmailed me.
Douglas?
I need to get him.
I'll do it. Tell me where.
Light on the shore.
Light.
Dick's gone. Farewell, partner. I need to rescue Judge Woolsey from the murderer. Looks like the lighthouse is inaccessible. I'd have to cross the precipice and fight the freezing sea.
Okay, let's see where we go to now. In the next episode. So, looks like we're wrapping things up here relatively quickly. If you liked what you watched, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Tell your family, tell your friends. If you have any suggestions, tips, tricks, anything like that, no spoilers, put them in the comments below, because I will read them. And with that, I will catch you next Monday for what may be the conclusion of Art of Murder. Cards of Destiny. Peace. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out the playlist above, or watch what YouTube tells you to on the right. Oh yeah, and subscribe.